This right here is by far one of my favorite pens so far. I'm almost out of ink in this pen as well. No. I'm writing a ton with this too, so but I have plenty more, so see. So and right here as well. I'm missing the pencil though. My daughter had my pencil, but this is something that we use on a daily basis. I'm a like avid note taker too, so I use this a lot taking notes. It's almost empty actually. I'm about got a few more pages left in here. Oh, like 30 some odd pages left, and I'll be done. But it's getting a little warm out here. Hopefully, this turns out pretty good. But when we going? We gotta get to cleaning these. Like, look at this. You can't even really see this, but this one, there's no ink in it though. But this is one of, like the first like pens I consider like to be my pride and joy, I guess. Ones like I really liked, I guess. So, but this particular one broke. So I was really upset about this one because in typical Monteverde fashion, you know, it broke. So, so I laughed at it. I ended up with this one, which I rarely even use. So I rarely even use this pen. But these came with their own ink as well. So came with the black ink in the gift set. So they did replace it with this one, but that's not my favorite. So and this one too. This one was not one of my favorites. I'm not sure why though. Maybe it's because like I picked a stub and I'm not really like a stub fan. So I think that's my bad. Now, what is my favorite though? I've I got this pen at the beginning of this month, and like I filled it, the ink on this one. This is the Pilot Custom Heritage 92. Yeah, Pilot Custom Heritage 92. This is a mouthful, and it's in the fine nib. I also fine medium, excuse me. I got this off Amazon. I know the only retailer that I seen that sells this pen is Jet Pens, and they have the clear one, the a blue one, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, this one's like clear with like the black accents on the top and on the cap. So it's one of my favorites. I like it. I've enjoyed writing with this pen. It is a fine medium for sure. So I definitely enjoy writing with this pen a lot. This is technically like my currently ink. I didn't really want to do a currently ink for February. I probably should do explain what happened with my currently inked on January because I didn't. No, so I got this pen in January, the end of January. But I'll explain what happened with my currently ink pen that I had for January, which is this one, which is one of my favorite pens too. I really like using this pen, but I think what ended up happening was what kind of like put me off on it was simply the just using it, and it had got really cold down here, and with it being like really cold and like the humidity was like super super dry. Like I think like the humidity got down to like 16% or something like that, and it was like really dry. And like even with it like fully opened and a broad nib and it like writes extremely wet, like it started skipping, and like I just got like extremely frustrated with this. And so I ended up switching, and thankfully when I was able to switch, I ended up getting this Delta Icon that I made a video on. Like you can watch it on the channel, and this is like the next pen I'll be using. But I'm very very happy with this pen here. I've been holding it on the back burner for a while. Not for a while, for a couple weeks since I got it. Just to finish up one pen at a time, because I'm not the type of person to use multiple pens at a time throughout the month. And plus, like these pens aren't really, they don't. The, what I'm trying to say is, I only have like really like 7 or 8 pens. But the simple fact of the matter is that like this Delta and the Delta, the Pilot, and the Twisby all had the exact same ink in it. So like this is all the Diamond. I want to say it's Oxford blue. That's what it is. So this one, this one, and this one all have the exact same ink in it. It's because I have the most ink out of it. I have like the big bottle of ink. So like they do write different, but you know, for the most part the ink is the same. So I'm not putting any different. I'm not putting any sort of like variation on the page. So I just use what I'm comfortable with, which has been this one a whole lot. And the first Pilot pen I got, I really didn't like, and I was kind of trying to stay away from Pilot because I got this one, the Pilot Metro, but I really didn't care for it too much, right? And I saw the videos and people were saying it's a really good pen, but I just didn't care for it too much, right? It wasn't my type of pen. It wasn't for me, right? So do I recommend it? I guess if you want to. It's cheap. It's easy enough to get, but I don't think it's something that I would purchase again. Um, I would recommend getting, a Twisby on top of it, if I'm being honest with you. But that's just that. I know like the pen that I'm most excited about is this one here, this Delta Icon. I know like the video on my channel, it states that it writes extremely well. I'll kind of get some writing samples again, probably do like a little bit more on it, but I do really enjoy writing with this pen. This was sent to me by Pen Pen Chalet, and I do really enjoy writing with this pen. I love like this resin look of it right here on the orange. So I do like that a lot. But that's gonna be probably for March. As far as like the currently inked in February, like I'm probably gonna stick with this Twisby. I might have to do a refill since I'm halfway through the month, being that today is Valentine's Day and I'm almost out of ink. So I'm probably gonna have to refill it. I'll probably refill it tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much like that's crazy. I haven't used ink in a pen this fast in a long time. Even though like I write daily, that pen really makes you want to write. At least in my opinion, it makes me want to write. And the notebook that I use the most is this one. This is the old Tomo River paper. This is the 68 gram. They don't make this anymore, sadly, because I really do like the 68 gram paper. And if I'm not mistaken, the paper in the Galen leather notebook is the old Tomo River paper. If I'm wrong, correct me. But this is like my personal journal, and I've been tossing around the idea of like sharing some things in here. Uh, and at first, like I really didn't like this notebook, sadly. like, and it's kind of, I think it was more so like I was stuck on the idea, or I was stuck in the realm or like mindset of like using heavy paper. Because my favorite before all of this was this here Rhodia Webby, and if I'm not mistaken, this is 90-gram Clairefontaine paper. Yeah, so this is 90-gram Clairefontaine paper, and I was stuck on like thick, heavy paper, and I was kind of, in not so many words, scared of like the lighter paper. I didn't really like the feel of it. And I think that's why I didn't like it. And I made a video saying that I didn't like this notebook, and I kind of forced myself to use it. And I also ended up finding a pen that I really like to use with this notebook. And I think that's what made me really like using this pen or using this notebook. Also, too, like, because it's so many pages, like it kind of gave me anxiety to use it, being that it's 400 pages. But I'm about halfway through this. And yeah, so we'll continue using this all the way up until it's done. And we'll probably end up with another one. And this is like the almost perfect notebook too. That's why I say it's like almost perfect. And it's almost perfect simply because like the only thing this notebook doesn't have that I wish it did have that this notebook has is it's something so simple. It's this ribbon here for the marker. Like that's really it. That's all I wish that notebook had. All I wish both of these notebooks had actually. Like if this one had the ribbon that the Rhodia has, I think these would be perfect for me. But back on this one, they have these, and like Amazon has them and JetPens has them, the new ones, and they're made with the 52-gram white paper instead of the cream, which I'm kind of partial towards the cream because I don't like bright paper when I write. I kind of deal with the white paper in this, but if I had to choose, I would prefer cream paper. That's just me personally. But I do enjoy writing with the cream paper every now and then. I mean, the white paper. It shows the ink very well, especially the sheen from the blue on these. With this Oxford blue, it has like a red sheen. And I noticed like a lot of blue ink has like that red sheen to it. So I don't know if that's like a normal thing, but I haven't gone for like a red sheening ink, and I haven't used my glass pens on this either, which is strange. Now that I think about it, I have a glass pen set that I haven't used in like years. Maybe we'll try currently ink with glass pens, just writing in my journal with glass pens and see how that all works out. Like I haven't done that. That's an interesting concept for a video. So who knows? We could see. But what are we doing? So yeah, we probably could. I think that'll work out. I might take this hoodie off. I'm on my lunch break as well, so excuse me if I'm eating. Kind of, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna eat as well while I'm trying to get it done. But yeah, I think that's like the extent of what I've been doing. I've also been reading this book as well. This Marcus Aurelius Meditations. It's a really good book. Um, and watching a lot of YouTube videos and having just looking at things from a different perspective on the way I create content. Um, I know today I usually release a short, but I decided to stream while it's a nice day outside, so I want to come on and stream. And I've been looking at doing another live stream while I'm cleaning out these two Monteverde pens and this pilot pen because I do want to get back to using them because I have them and I carry them with me, and there's no reason to have something that I don't use. in my opinion. Like I just if it's unused, I would rather leave it on my desk at home, put it in a pen cup with the rest of the stuff that I have. So I would prefer it to be that way. But I do want to get back to using, a lot more things. Get back to using this pen too. I don't know if I explained this one, but this is probably I always say it's like pretty childish to have a glow in the dark pen, but I always like glow in the dark. And this pen was a gift, a Christmas gift, not from this Christmas, but not 2023 Christmas, but 2022 Christmas. Um, I asked for a fountain pen, and I got this one. This is the one I wanted actually. I wanted this one, and I wanted the purple one that glows blue. But my daughter ended up with the purple one that glows blue. I ended up buying that for her birthday, and she really likes that pen. With her, she likes all things. She is the artist that I wanted to be as a kid. If I'll say that. So I just think that there are a lot of different things. That's yeah, this is what I want. And then this particular Twisby is one of the first. It's probably the second fountain pen I bought. Like I've had this one since 2019. I think if I remember right, I had this since 2019. And I know a lot of people used to talk about like your Twisby cracking and things like that. I've carried this pen every single day in my bag. I've traveled to and from everywhere with this pen. I've been to Germany, Vegas, Colorado, everywhere. Everywhere I go, this pen goes. And I haven't had any issues with it. It's a medium nib. And I know that like people talk about the longevity of these Twisby pens, but I've used this pen quite a bit. I filled it like 5 or 6 times with this Diamond Red Dragon. And I know that some people will have an issue to say that oh that Twisby's crack, the pens break, this and that. But from my experience, I haven't had any of my Twisby pens break. I've definitely had Monteverde's break. Um, and like this pen, I don't know if you guys can see it on here. I filled it. I put it in with like if you can see that, like it broke right here on this cap. And I know this is a common place for these pens to break, but I will say this: this pen was way too expensive to be breaking like it is, and it's extremely frustrating. Even though they did give me another one to replace it, like it is extremely frustrating because I do like the way this pen writes. I was just upset that it broke, and I was just like, "Yo, like, what's up with that?" So that's kind of like my thoughts on that. And I haven't bought a Monteverde pen since then either. Since I got this one, this was the last one, and this one was sent from Conklin for free as a replacement for this one. And yeah, I haven't bought another Monteverde pen, and I probably never will. And I hate to say that, but that's just what it is. So, and I think the only other thing that like really bothered me about that Monteverde pen was that like I thought it was super cool, and I really did like that. And I was upset when it broke because it is a cool pen. It's carbon fiber. The nib is black, stainless steel. It's limited edition. It was limited to like 2,000 in each colorway, and I was kind of upset that it broke. If I'm being honest with you, but it is what it is. And I probably think, and the next thing I think this is like super cool. This is the Spirit of the Way limited edition, Spirit of the Way colorway of the Uni Curatoga. That's what they say, Curatoga. I'm not really good at pronouncing these things. I apologize. I thought this was super cool because like the lead spins in it when you write, and I had never had anything like that. Like you can see it right here. Like the lead spins when you write with it, and I thought that was super cool. Like, where's the little logo at? So if you see the lead spins on this one, and this is the pencil that my daughter was using. Uh, but this is kind of an expensive mechanical pencil too. It's like 15 bucks. And so that was one of the things that like really that I thought this was super cool. And I didn't have no problem spending the money on these. I don't have no problem spending the money on any of these. The only ones like I didn't spend money on was this one, but this retails like 150 bucks, and this one, which is 50 bucks if I'm not mistaken. But both of these pens were sent by Pen, Pen Chalet, and that's the only company that's ever sent me something, sent me pens at least. Um, but I appreciate them for that too, because this pen was not even close to being on my radar, and I thoroughly enjoy writing with this pen. We'll see more of this later on in the month, like I said earlier. But that's really it. Um, I know one thing I've been trying to stay away from doing is like buying or overbuying a lot of things. Cause like, I get a lot of newsletters and I see a lot of YouTube videos and like I watch YouTube and I see I watch YouTube just as much as everybody else. Even though like I create content and do a lot of things on YouTube, I still watch a lot of YouTube, right? Because I'm not on social media. Like I'm not on Instagram or TikTok a lot or at all. Cause I don't even have the apps on my phone. But I try not to overbuy. I try not to buy a bunch of stuff that I'm not gonna use, right? Like I have a ream of paper that I bought because of a YouTube video off of Amazon, and it's great paper, but it's loose leaf paper, and I have no real use or space for that. That makes sense. So it's like stuff's kind of just everywhere. So it's like in my closet, and like I'll use a piece every now and then. And like it's really nice, but I just have no use for that. And like I don't want to accumulate things that, like I have no use for. So I know I talked about it before in the past, but I do plan on getting rid of or like keeping this at home and just carrying one pen and my three notebooks because I do write in these three daily because the Rhodia is for like planning and like personal things. The Galen Leather is for personal journaling, and the Tomo River is for work stuff. Which I do kind of feel like I wasted a Tomo River notebook for work stuff because I feel like I should have just got like a cheaper one for that because this paper is I don't want to say it's special to me, but it's a cool notebook, and I feel like I could have put it to better use than what I did, with just writing notes in it. But since I'm almost done with it, and they are back in stock online, I'll probably end up grabbing like three. And honestly, like the only thing I really want to start like holding on to, is probably notebooks because I don't like buying one notebook at a time because what happened with the Tomo River notebook was when I got it, I was like, "Oh, I should be able to get more." And then when I wasn't able to get more, I didn't have any, so I had to wait. So I kind of had to conserve a lot of the paper. But now that they're back with the new paper, I'll probably end up buying like a bunch of them just to have a stock of it, and probably buy a bunch of these Galen leathers as well, so I can have a stock of it. And then I'll probably end up getting some smaller ones too, and just have like a stock of things because I do write a lot. I didn't really notice that, but I did. I do write a whole lot when it just normally. Um, and that's really just it. As far as the pen collection go, I got another video that I'm planning on doing. Probably like another like 5 videos that I have planned in my head that I'm gonna start writing down and doing. But other than that, like that's really it. And I might start doing like these live streams on my lunch break if the once the weather gets nice, if you have another nice day like this, to start talking about like the comments and answering some of the comments on the videos and just talking about it that way. But I appreciate those who tuned in. I gotta eat and get back to work. So thank y'all.